Welcome in to Two Bald Guys on the Right on the air on a Monday. Lots of things going on with the coronavirus and the vaccination and Texas, and we'll also talk about Israel and a whole bunch more. Before we get the show started, please subscribe to the channel. Let your friends know, let your family know that please watch, subscribe, and get our numbers up so maybe Will and I one day can afford to retire, which would be awesome. Or buy a pair of shoes, whatever comes first. Or in my case, me buy the wife a pair of shoes in my case. You didn't know I'm living with little Imelda Marcos, do you?
Because not a chance for you to, buy yourself a pair of shoes because you got too many shoes to buy for her.
I'm buying her a pair of shoes, no doubt. So today, Biden warned, and I went and looked for the video on this about the Biden said unvaccinated. If you're unvaccinated, you will end up paying the price. I don't know exactly what that means, but he touched on a lot of things about the pandemic and about the coronavirus. He said that coronavirus cases are down in 50 states. America, we said at 60% of Americans have gotten at least one shot. Biden, in remarks from the White House, announced that we have millions of people have taken at least one dose, about 60% of Americans. Unprecedented deaths are down about 81%. But the timing on this thing, last Thursday, Biden was saying, you either wear a mask or, or get vaccinated. You're going to be wearing a mask forever. That was on Thursday. Yeah. And then Friday, the CDC, was it Friday or Thursday that the CDC, I think it was Thursday, the CDC came out a little later and eased up. What changed with this? The CDC director was on with Chris Wallace. They were on Fox News, and here's what she had to say about the timing. As Chris said, were you pressured to make this change?
The CDC, I think you'll acknowledge, was under increasing pressure this past week to relax the guidelines. Members of Congress were growing frustrated. There was a decreasing demand for the vaccines. I want to play a couple of clips this week for you. Take a look.
This is a blanket. Walk outside and wear a mask. You're vaccinated and everybody else is in the room is vaccinated, but you're wearing a mask. The American people have just lost patience with us. With you guys.
The rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do.
Dr. Walensky, can you state flatly to the American people that pressure had nothing to do with the abrupt shift in the CDC guidelines?
Yes, I can. I can tell you it certainly would have been easier if the science had evolved a week earlier and I didn't have to go to Congress making those statements, but I'm delivering the science as the science is delivered to the medical journals. And,
So it looks like Biden also said, the White House said the U.S. will not implement a coronavirus passport at this point. Federal government is saying we will not have a passport at this point. There's a case right now going on where we are in New Mexico that stores aren't asking for. And number one, I don't think they can ask for a passport. Can they ask to make sure that you got vaccinated?
For your vaccination proof.
I don't think you can do that.
There's got to be something with the HIPAA laws where that's not legal.
I don't see where it would be legal. Also, Biden just said, here's his mean face. Will show his mean face. Biden's mean face. Biden is sending a 20 million vaccinations overseas, and he went into great detail. No ocean is wide enough. No wall is high enough to keep us safe. Saying that we need to help other countries so they're safe, so that we will be safe. Thank you very much, Joe Biden. We appreciate that.
Well, once every American who wants the vaccine has it, sure, why not?
Well, I mean, yeah, we got it.
Why not make sure the other countries have it? But until every American that wants the vaccine has it, what the hell are you doing giving it to other countries?
Now, we did send them vaccinations earlier. I can't remember the name. It's not complete. Is it Azerterra or one of it is not a good vaccine. It only works at like a 95 protection rate, a 45 protection rate. So it's not. And so we sent that to Mexico. The Mexicans are like, why are you sending us this? Huh?
Send us
why
the
you
crap
send
one.
Yeah, you send us the crap one.
I'll just wait until I run over the border and then I'll get the real one.
Yeah, exactly. They'll come over here and get it. Not a problem. But, yeah, do you remember Biden talking about Texas being Neanderthals because they did away with the mask mandate and social distancing?
How long ago was that? That wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah, I think it was two months ago. And guess what? Texas has gone 2 months without any deaths in Texas from the coronavirus. Let's roll the tape back to when Joe Biden actually said this.
Message to Texas and Mississippi.
Texas, I think it's a big mistake. Look, I hope everybody's realized by now, these masks make a difference. We are on the cusp of being able to fundamentally change the nature of this disease because of the way in which we're able to get vaccines in people's arms. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough for every American, to get every adult American to get a shot. And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime.
Let me just ask this. Wouldn't it be smarter and a better optic if you put the president up there and he's far enough away from the press that he doesn't have to wear a mask? And that way we can all understand him and not have to worry about sounding like you're at McDonald's ordering a damn latte.
No, because he's got a virtue signal and wear his mask too.
Oh, okay.
Just like all the other good liberals.
I can't understand a damn word you're saying. Anyway, Supreme Court, man, this is a huge win for Second Amendment rights. Supreme Court unanimously rebuffs the Biden administration on warrantless searches of handguns. Supreme Court came down with this yesterday and rejected the Biden administration's argument in the case from Rhode Island that police should be allowed to enter the home without any warrants to seize handguns. Thank you very much, Supreme Court. You guys have let me down plenty this year, but thank you very much. And a ruling that the case Kalinga versus Strom, court filing 20-157, came down that no, they cannot do a warrantless search. Supreme Court smacked down the hopes of you gun grabbers today, smacking you around. Michael Bloomberg, yeah, you got smacked right in the chops from the bam. No way. Michael Bloomberg was actually one of the big guys that was pushing this. Nobody should be able to go into anybody's home without a warrant or without cause. And that Biden administration and the Bloombergs of the world smacked in the face today. Can I get an applaud? Yes.
Fantastic.
For America. Biden administration is pissing off a lot of progressives. Today, he approved $735 million in an arms sale to Israel. So it looks like Israel is going to get the weapons that they need as the war. Now they were talking about a ground war, that they were going to enter a ground campaign against Hamas and Palestine. And look,
I'm sorry.
Who
but
fired
the way
the weapon?
the way that the Democrats orchestrated all this and have helped perpetuate this with the protests and everything else, the way that they're playing both sides here. Please tell me how this is not orchestrated and not being fueled by the Americans.
Yep.
It totally is being fueled by the left on all sides. AOC,
Tlaib, Omar, and the other clown that's on there. I don't know her name, but they came out against Israel. Who fired the weapons at Israel? Here's the deal. Don't throw a punch unless you're ready to respond with them punching you in the face. And Israel is not anybody to screw around with. They're out there in the middle of nowhere, all by their lonesome. They don't have any allies in the region. You punch them in the face, they're going to punch you back. It is what it is. But Netanyahu and Biden agreed on selling the arms today, and I think it's a good move by America. We should back Israel, and we should continue to back Israel. Thank you very much. Israel, man, you don't mess with Israel. You punch them in the face, they're coming back, and they're gonna do a combination on you. So, but protesters filled the streets of the United States. All this crap coming from the squad. They made it to streets. Now look, this is near a federal building in Washington D.C. Look at the people taking it. These are paid protesters. These people ain't got time for nothing. They ain't got no job. In Los Angeles, thousands of people shut down traffic, major thoroughways. And look, I'm sorry. When you start blocking interstates and highways, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. And I look, Palestine will be free was their chant. These are the same protesters that get out there for Antifa and Black Lives Matters. The same jackasses that get out there and block traffic. Who has the right to block traffic? You better have
These
a
people
parade.
don't really care about Palestine. They don't give two craps about them. All they care about is the liberal machine that's putting money in the back of their pocket to go out in there and protest. What do I got to do? I just got to stand out on the road and scream and yell and cause havoc? Hell yeah, give me some money.
Yeah, but, there should be a law against people blocking traffic. Number one, as taxpayers, we paid for that highway. Nobody should have the right to block. You want to protest? Go protest in a damn park. Scream all you want.
Let them block some Washington politicians' way to work. Let them block their limo or their private car. If they get out there and they interrupt their traffic a little bit, I guarantee this will come to a screeching halt.
I agree. Gas prices in the United States, North Carolina and South Carolina, you know how much their gas prices went up, according to Gas Buddy? 50%. Ouch. Wow. That's got to hurt. We're thankful that in New Mexico and Texas, where we drill for a lot of oil and gas, our prices going up like 2 to 5%. So we can handle 2 to 5, but 50% is a bit much. You know where I wish that the gas prices would have went through the roof? Places like California. You have oil and gas and refuse to drill for it. Like 100% increase.
I'm sure it's going up, but it needs to go up even more.
Yeah,
especially considering all the taxes they put on there.
Yeah, supposedly they're paying $5 a gallon in California nowadays. Ouch. All right, Joe Biden, get ready for it. If you got kids, you're getting some money, and you won't even have to wait for the money until tax time. Today is tax day, and one of our employees, Will, this morning I said it's tax day, and he said, no, it's not. It's June 15th. And I went, no, it's usually in April. And
April 15th normally.
Yeah. So today is the 17th of May. They gave you another 30-something days to get it done.
He doesn't owe any money, so he's not in any there's no issue. He doesn't owe they only care if you owe them money.
Oh no, you still have to file a tax claim. You still have to file your taxes.
They don't really go after you unless you owe them money. They will, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with him. But Biden talks about the tax credit. It's a great thing because, when you have kids, why should you have to take responsibility for your own kids, right? Oh, no, that's not the way. This is the new administration. This is the socialist administration where we're going to pay people to have kids. Does this set a bad precedent for people being irresponsible? I do believe it.
Of course it does. Of course it does. And this is just, where is this money coming from? Supposedly he already got it approved in one of his stimulus packages. But I'm sorry, this is a bunch of horse crap. This is just, like you said, it's just another step towards socialism.
Yeah, here's the deal. I see people on social media. This is awesome. This is great. $30 trillion in debt. Oh, why are you keeping up with that? Because somebody's going to have to pay it back. Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Guess how they're going to do that? They're going to raise taxes, and it's not just going to be on the rich. Look at the inflation. Look how much you're having to pay to build a house nowadays. Look at how much you're paying at the pump. For God's sake, look how much you're paying at the grocery store.
Wait a second.
Comes from somewhere.
I went and bought chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. You know, I could afford to pay $8, $11. The price is going up probably, I would say 30% on the price of chicken, if not more. And that we are just at the beginning. We're just at the beginning of this inflation. Even Democrats, economists are coming out and saying, man, we're pushing the limits now. We got bad things that are going to happen real quick. We're going to go into hyperinflation. And me and you talked about this earlier. When I see somebody like Warren Buffett, who is not really political, he's pretty much, he's not in the politics. And when I see a guy like that saying we got to be very careful on what's going to happen with inflation, that gets me worried. That gets me really, really worried. So, and by the way, I'm going to talk about the hypocrisy of the Democrats. 2 cases coming up a little later in the podcast. But Biden talks about his tax credit. Roll tape number 1.
So, as you file your taxes today, know that your tax cut is coming. Here's the great news. You won't have to wait until your next year's tax return to get that break. I'm announcing today that on July 15th and the 15th of every month thereafter throughout the year, you will get deposited in your bank account half of your tax cut, at least $250 per child each month, a direct deposit into your account. So if you're a working family with 2 kids, you're going to get $500 a month into your bank account on the 15th of every month starting July. We're getting and we are getting you a tax cut this year now when you need it and not have to wait. And if you get your tax cut,
so $500 a month if you had 2 kids. Now, what if you have 5 kids?
Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, there's that. But wait a minute. What if you're not paying any taxes because you're
it doesn't matter.
Working?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
I mean,
know.
you're going to get the money. Who cares?
A tax cut means you have to pay less tax. It doesn't mean you're going to get money preemptively.
Well, let me just say this much. The fraud of earned income credit has been going on for a long time. Earned income credit, people can go to work for 1 month, make $2,000 a month, and get like $7,000 back. I mean, it's a fraud. So this is no more than just another fraud. And there'll be people lined up coming in July buying brand new Escalades. Let the government pay for it, baby. We're in the middle of socialism is what we're into. But Biden
I got 5 kids. I'm getting a couple grand a month. Ooh, that payment is paid for my Escalade. Yeah, baby.
Unbelievable. Now, I'm wondering if that happens, that's going to count as income and knock some people off of food stamps and welfare. I guess you didn't think about that one, did you?
Oops.
It probably won't. That's not the way
No, we're not lucky enough for that.
All right, number 2, he does some common math, and Joe Biden is very smart. Here's what he had to say.
break to help them with the cost of raising their kids. Most people don't know it, but for families with children, we put that tax cut into the American Rescue Plan, which was signed not long ago. And I signed the tax cut into law in March. 90% of the families, all middle class, working class families, will get this tax cut. It's a 1-year cut that reduces your taxes by $3,000 a year for each child you have under the age of 18. 2 kids, it's a $6,000 tax cut.
Oh, he can add.
And if those
Oh, wow. So 2 times 3 is 6. Wow. I'm totally impressed. I'm really, really impressed with Joe Biden's math skills. And since
I'm
when?
not,
yeah.
Because, he's saying, you're going to get at least half, $250 to put direct deposited for each kid. Well, that $250 times 12 is $3,000. So that's not half. That's all of the money. That's
right.
it, period. That's all you would get.
So I'm just wondering, since when is it the government's responsibility to raise kids? Because I raised 5 kids on my own. Never had any government assistance or a mom there to help me pay. And I raised them on my own. You know what I did? I worked 1 job, sometimes 2 jobs. I did whatever we had to do. And you know what? That mentality is gone. That's gone.
I've had 5 jobs. I've had 5 jobs at one time.
I mean, that mentality is gone in America. We are not about what can this country do for you. I mean, what can you do for this country? We're all about what can this country give to me. It's a sad world we live in. I have never seen a politician as good at one thing as Joe Biden. The walk away.
What?
So the walk away. The dude has got the walk away going. He doesn't want to sit there and answer questions. Part of the reason why it's called a press conference is there's some
give and
questions.
Take. People get to ask. People get to ask questions through the press. Of course, no, not that the press are going to ask any good questions anyway, because they're all paid pundits of the left. But
But the Biden has got the walk away going. And what's the point of Kamala Harris being, it looks like she, back in the day when she was like the side chick for Montel Williams, the way she's just standing back there. What is she, like the enforcer or what? So watch Joe Biden.
She's just back there to go, Joe, don't say that.
Joe. I got something caught in my throat.
If he passes out, then she'll rush up there and pick him up and continue on.
Willie.
Look, we know
I was
that
talking
Joe
about
Biden
Willie Brown,
isn't
by
the
the
one
way.
pulling the, yeah, right. Joe Biden isn't the one pulling the strings here anyway. So why don't we just have the person who's actually, calling the shots do the press conference?
So
let's just get rid of all the pretense.
So one guy gets to ask a question about Israel and Palestine, and Biden just he answers it for a second and keeps, I don't want to get in trouble. Watch the Joe Biden walk away. He's a pro with the walk away.
We decide to do it, and we do it together. We can do whatever set our minds to do if we do it together. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Solve the problem here in the United States, which we're well on our way of doing, and help solve the problem for the world by organizing the rest of the democracies of the world. I want to thank you all. God bless you, and may God protect our troops. Thank you very
President,
much.
will you now insist on a ceasefire in Israel? Mr. President, will you insist on a ceasefire given the escalation of violence?
Sir, are you worried about the situation in India, sir?
Mr. President, will you now insist upon a ceasefire given the escalation in violence we've seen over the weekend?
I'll be speaking with the Prime Minister in an hour, and I'll be able to talk to you after that.
Do you still believe you've defended Israel's right to defend?
Here he goes.
Actions are proportionate to what they're facing with.
What are you talking about? I just sold him $725 million worth of. Who do you think I'm backing? Yeah,
that's exactly why Kamala's there, though. That's exactly why she's there, so she can, grab him by the shoulder, by the sleeve.
Come on, Grandpa.
Come on, little Joe. Let's go back.
Let's go back. Nope. Crazy. Have you been keeping up with what's going on in Arizona, Maricopa County? Dominion Software has refused to give the passwords to their computers. And then we do know some of the databases have been completely erased. And Maricopa is the most populous county.
To hide.
Yeah, if you have just comply. Just comply. Maricopa County Board of Supervisors has been battling with the state of Arizona since last year to prevent the forensic audit of November's election, which was hotly contested. And Maricopa County usually goes towards the Republicans. And so if you have your 100% right, well, if you have zero to comply to hide, why not just comply? So the voting machines, no passwords, nothing. We'll see where this lawsuit goes. I don't know. I really...
You know why they're not complying? Because they know that the mainstream media is going to take up for them. They're going to continue on with this fallacy that this is all a big lie, which is the big lie, that there's been no voting irregularities enough to change the election, which is the lie.
Yep.
And they're going to continue to push that and continue to shut these things down. And I'm sorry, but more and more Americans are seeing through all of this BS and are just incredibly frustrated that our democracy is where it is.
I mean, look, those that don't believe, I get you. I get you. Your guy won, but did he? But did he? The more we learn about voting irregularities, I'm just kind of like, did he really win? Because I saw zero excitement for Joe Biden. All you have to do is look at the rallies. All you have to do is look at the debates. Trump whipped his tail. Don't get it. Don't get it. Well, how the gun laws working in Chicago?
Oh, like crap. I mean, Chicago has the highest amount of gun control in the country, period, and the highest amount of gun death in the country, period. So please tell me how that's working out for you, Chicago.
So May 1st of 2021, there were 201 murders. That is 35 more than the entire year of 2020. I'll let that sink in. 201 by May 1st. That's 35 more than the entire year of 2020. This weekend, 48 people shot, 5 fatalities, and a 2-year-old girl was among the shooting victims in Chicago. And last Saturday, the Saturday before this, last weekend before this past weekend, there were like 50 people shot and also 5 fatalities. So congratulations.
But of course, they'll never make a spotlight on these numbers. Why? Because it's Democrat controlled, because they have heavy gun control laws, and it's just proof that their stupid laws and their stupid system and their push for more gun control does not work.
So
period.
if you have gun laws, where are these people getting the guns from? Oh, from the street. Oh, wow. All right, hypocrisy. 2 stories to wrap this thing up, both about Democratic hypocrisy. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I don't want to get in trouble for mispronouncing her name. Now facing new rounds of questions about her vacation that she took. She traveled on a charter flight in March of last year, and guess what? FAA says that the company was not licensed to do charter flights. They were not certified to do charter flights. So congratulations, Gretchen. You wanted to lock down your state. Nobody could leave your state except you.
Her.
And we know your husband, they had said, nobody going out in public using state lakes and stuff. And your husband was earlier in the year also. So congratulations. Hypocrisy on the Democratic side. Number two, John Kerry. Mr. Frankenstein, Herman Munster, whatever you want to call him. John Kerry is the climate czar, or I think they call it the climate envoy. And financial disclosures just came out that show that guess what he invested in? Guess what he invested in before he became the climate envoy? It wasn't green energy. He invested in oil and gas companies. And now you're shutting down pipelines, you dirty son of a buck, shutting down pipelines and saying oil and gas is dirty and those workers can just go get a job as a computer programmer. Look, I got buddies of mine that work in the oil field and work as, on the pipelines. They're not computer programmers. Their skill set is way different. Way, way different. I'm just like, what the hell? So you invested in oil and gas. Thank you. Duke Energy was one of them. Thank you. I'm trying to look at the other ones. I can't see it. But Cimarex, Dominion Energy, just to name a couple. Congratulations. You're a jack of Valero. Valero was all about oil and gas. Thank you very much, John Kerry. UPOS. Man, demonizing the oil and gas industry and trying to make money off the oil and gas industry. Wow. Hypocrisy at its best. From Whitmer to Kerry. Good deal. God bless you guys. And when we see it, we got to call it out.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
for sure.
So, Biden, I tell you what, we're day 54 without Kamala going to the border. Highest rate of people coming into this country. Border Patrol over the weekend came out and said that most of the people are not being vetted. And guess what? They're not being tracked. We don't know where these people are going once we release them back into the country. So,
wherever the hell they want.
Wherever they want. You got family members in New Mexico? Come on down to New Mexico. First thing we'll do, we're going to sign you up. We're going to put you on the welfare train. God bless you guys. Wow. After all of that, I'm wore out. I'm just wore out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Where else can we be found besides YouTube? You can subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification every time we come on. You'll be notified.
Anywhere that you stream, I forgot, it cuts me off. Anywhere you stream audio podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, you can find Two Bald Guys on the Right. We'd appreciate you checking us out there too. And we definitely appreciate you on YouTube, as we have hit 1,000 subscribers, and now we're just looking for watch hours, and we are there, baby. We're getting ready to get some monetized until they look at our content, and then they realize that we're conservative, and then they block us again.
Yeah, and we'll be able to get some new shoes off that money. So thank you. In my case, it'll be the wife new shoes. So I don't need new shoes. I'm good. I got like 5 pairs.
What is it with Filipinos and shoes? That's I guess it's not
shoes
just
and purses, man. Shoes and purses. That's what they're into. Shoes and purses. God bless you guys.
Thank you guys so much, and don't forget to subscribe when you get a chance. We appreciate it.